we are acidizing the Charles Formation as a very low cost, highly capital efficient way of testing the potential of the Charles for helium in the Ingomar Dome project.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Helix Exploration Chairman David Minchin. David, very good to speak with you. You've announced that you're re-entering the Clink-1 well at Ingomar Dome in the next couple of weeks and starting an acidization process. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, that's right. While our recent focus has naturally been on the rapid commercialization of the Rudyard project, where we have a discovery in place and looking to generate $15 to $25 million of cash flow per year, we've not forgotten the huge upside that's represented by Ingomar Dome and the really exciting helium and hydrogen indications that we got from the Clink-1 well. With the completion of our non-discounted £5 million placing, we're fully funded to take Rudyard into production with excess capital for growth projects and M&A. So, we are acidizing the Charles Formation as a very low cost, highly capital efficient way of testing the potential of the Charles for helium in the Ingomar Dome project.
Why are you testing Clink and not the Flathead, David?
So there's a very simple and technical reason for that. The Charles Formation is a limestone, and that reacts incredibly well with hydrochloric acid. The Flathead Formation is a quartzite, and quartzite you can't stimulate with hydrochloric. You would need to acidize that with hydrofluoric acid, HF. Hydrofluoric acid is a much more aggressive chemical. And with the additional complications of using hydrofluoric and importantly, the costs of trying to use hydrofluoric in winter, the decision was made to postpone any delay on the Flathead until we've had the results of the Charles, and potentially to look at it again in Q3 at the end of the grouse restrictions, when we're able to freely enter the ground and sort of analyze the potential for acidizing Clink against various other options, such as drilling another well to test the Flathead further to the west, which would be up dip. Don't forget, in Clink we intersected the Flathead quite a long way down dip and very close to the Sumatra thrust fault. Ideally, we'd like to be a couple of kilometers further to the west. So there's a number of ways to get back into the Flathead, but to rush an acidization in the midst of winter using hydrofluoric acid is not a good idea. It's not cost effective.
David, you mentioned Rudyard and the recent focus on Rudyard. You recently upgraded the helium reserves there and also the economic estimates. Tell us the next steps at Rudyard. What's planned there?
Yeah, so the other news we've had is we are continuing to develop the Rudyard project. The plant is in the Wokota site. We have engaged in discussions for the supply of a membrane unit, which would sit in front of the plant, all for delivery in Q2. We also have advanced the permitting, the surveying of another 2 production wells to be drilled in Q2. So we're moving ahead with our production target. It's a really exciting time as we sort of move into positive cash flow this year.
David, I hope you'll keep us posted on progress of both of those projects. Thank you very much for the update today.
Thanks, Stephen. Cheers, bye.
That's Helix Exploration Chairman David Minchin.